This is Kathy from Gadgets Top 321, and today I've been playing with my Sailor 1911 with a medium nib and one of my new inks, Iroshizuku Tsuki-yo. Now, I know this ink from previous videos does not show up accurately on my when filmed in my camera. So, if you want to get a better look at this, go to sites like an actual pen seller where they get the color correct. But I have been enjoying this pen and ink combo very much. Now, just a few days ago, when I was playing with my pens, I mentioned that Diatramentus Sherlock Holmes was my favorite ink to use in this pen. And part of that was I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan. The books and short stories specifically, I'm a big fan of. And I do like dark blue inks as well. Let me make sure this is focused. This is the standard size model. But I like this ink because it's not as dark as Sherlock Holmes, and the shading is just really beautiful in this medium nib. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more. Maybe you'll be able to see this. But usually the broader the nib is, I don't like as dark of an ink. I like my dark blue and black inks I prefer in my fine and extra fine nibs. And this is just a good combination. The shading is just right. Let's see. Now, one issue I'm having is this ink has a property similar to Diamine Earl Grey. It feels a little scratchy. It makes this nib feel more feedbacky. Now, on this paper, it's not as bad, but it could be better. And I've been thinking about doing this for a while, but I'm going to smooth this nib a little bit. I wanted to use this pen with a range of inks to get a feel for it it wasn't scratchy. I've had scratchy pens before that I, immediately started smoothing them. But I wanted to give this one a fair shot with a variety of inks, but I do want this nib to be just a little bit smoother. So yeah, it's not scratchy. The nibs or the tines are aligned okay. I just want to run this over some micro mesh at a couple of different angles. I'm not pressing down hard at all. Now let's see. Wow, that's quite a bit better. Oh, wow. And you saw, I just ran it over the micro mesh just a few times. quite a bit smoother. Wow, a lot smoother. Now I'm noticing that this ink is looking quite a bit darker than it actually is. It's kind of a rainy, dreary day here, so I don't have much sunlight coming in. Oh wow, that's nice. I got a little sheet of this micro mesh from Goulet Pens one time when I placed an order, and I also got a sheet of the Mylar paper. It's an even finer abrasive for nib smoothing. I've never had to use the Mylar paper, but this micro mesh is has been a lifesaver for some of my pens. All right, wow. And it doesn't, I don't think it's altered the width of this nib any, running it over the micro mesh. Now, this nib, I've shown these before in other videos, it's not, the tipping on it is not completely round. So, and when you write with it, it does feel like, or when I did write with it before smoothing it, it felt like there were some flat spots. You can kind of see the tipping there. It's kind of wedge shaped, and you could kind of feel those flat spots. But let's see, at different angles. Yeah, as you change angles, you can't feel those flat spots anymore. All right, well, I'm glad I went ahead and did that, because now the true test would be trying this pen with Diamine Earl Grey again and see how it feels, because that ink just felt horrible in this pen. The only problem is I'm probably not going to be switching inks for a while, because I am really loving this combination. This is just, I would call this a relaxing blue. It's not a bright blue, but it's not a stark dark blue. It's got kind of a, I don't, well, it's just not bright. You can see the blueness of it, but it's not, why did I, but it's a nice looking blue, and to me it's calming. It's like a cloudy sky blue, maybe. And this pen, the ivory color of this pen, to me is, these two are just a calming combination. I think this would be a good pen and ink combo for journaling. Okay. I guess I've probably rambled on enough. Just one other thing I wanted to mention. I like these little small bottles. This one's a 15 milliliter bottle. Those little J. Herbon bottles are 10 milliliters. I really like those. Those are a good size. You don't have to really make a huge commitment, and you can have a nice variety of ink colors. All right, that has been a success. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.